This is a demo video for Experiment 2 in the Chateliers Principle Lab. I'm going to start at step 2A. I have 0.26 grams of cobalt chloride crystals pre-weighed in the weigh book. So I will start by adding that to my beaker. And to that I am going to add 10 milliliters of water. You can see that it doesn't immediately go into solution, so I'm just going to swirl it to get it to go into solution. And then I will pause for a second so you can record the color of the solution. So once again, this is step 2A in experiment 2 of the Chateliers Principle. Looks like it's almost all dissolved. Right, so I will pause for a second so you can record what this solution looks like, and I can hold an index card up against the beaker. Uniform background. Alright, so that's step 2A. For step 2B, I want to take 4 milliliters of this solution that I've just prepared, and I have a beaker ready for that. And once again, since it's qualitative, I'm just going to use a dropper pipette and roughly measure that 1 ml 4 times. Great. So 4 milliliters of the solution from step 2A just went into this container. And to that I will add 4 milliliters of the 12 molar hydrochloric acid. And it tells me to do this as a slow addition. So I'm going to add this in dropwise. Alright, so my 4 milliliters added, and so this is my solution now in step 2B. I'm just mixing it so you have a pretty uniform solution. Once again, I will take my weight index card and put that up against it, and we will also take some pictures, still pictures, so you'll have those in a slideshow. To compare that with what step 2A looked like, I'll put those next to each other. Right. So the next thing that I want to do is to divide this up into 3 test tubes for step 2C. And once again, the exact amounts don't matter, so I'm going to add probably just 1 dropper full to each of these. Alright, So we have our 3 test tubes for step 2C, and the instructions have us leave one at room temperature so it will stay in the beaker. And then one will go into my ice bath that I have prepared here. And one will go into the hot water bath that I have prepared. So I'll probably give it a minute or 2, but you might be able to see some color changes in the tubes, in the 3. So room temperature, ice bath, and the one on the hot plate for comparison. So I'll take them out of the beakers in a second, but you can hopefully still see the color changes even within the beakers. All right, I think we are ready to do a comparison. So again, I will hold room temperature next to the one that's been in the hot bath, and here's ice. It's a little tricky holding 3 up, but here they are next to each other, and once again we will provide you with some still images of these. Alright, back in the respective conditions. So that was step 2C. We are now ready for step 2D. And that is to take 2 mils of this original solution in 2A into a test tube for 2D. So I'm going to take 2 mils of this, and to this I add slowly 4 milliliters of the 12 molar hydrochloric acid. And once again, I have that ready to go. So it again says slowly, so I'm going to do a slow dropwise addition. So here we have it. This is step 2D. Hold the index card up against it. Okay. Just give it a quick shake to make sure there's some uniform mixing in there. And then we are taking 2 milliliters of this into our final condition 2E. So Alright, so this is step 2E at this point. And we are going to add a milliliter of silver nitrate solution at a time until we see a change. I'm seeing a pretty obvious change here, but I'm going to just go ahead and add a little bit more. And kind of flick the test tube to get it to mix more uniformly. You can see that the bottom of the test tube probably hasn't mixed with my silver nitrate. But the more that I mix it, the more that you see this change happen uniformly over the entirety of the solution. All right. So once again, I'm going to hold that up against a white index card, and we'll provide you with the still images. So there we have it, steps 2A through 2E for experiment 2.